Hey, what's up? Honey oat sandwich loaf, it's an easy, healthy, everyday breakfast loaf. If you really want to convince someone to eat healthy sourdough bread instead of terrible store-bought sandwich loaf, make this one. Your kid's gonna love it. Let's make it, shall we? In a medium-sized bowl, I'm gonna add 7 gram salt followed by 250 gram water. And when I was about to add 70 gram of this active starter, I dropped my camera and missed the shot. Anyway, lastly, a mix of bread strong flour and little bit of whole wheat for the flavor. Mixy mixy. Once you add a shaggy dough like this, clean up everything with the help of a scraper. Put the lid on and let it rest for 30 minutes. Meanwhile, we can make the inclusion. In a pan, add the butter. Cook and watch this bad boy because we don't want to burn it. Stir it occasionally because we want brown butter. Once you're satisfied with the color, time to toast our beautiful oat. Add the water. And of course, honey. We're gonna cook this out, of course, on a low heat until we get a nice baby cereal texture. But don't forget to add a pinch of salt. It's a secret ingredient to balance everything. You can cook this up even inside the oven to make it more or less dry. Gluten development is very important with this dough. Make sure to have a strong dough before adding the inclusion. 30 minutes later, wet hands. I'm gonna give this dough a set of a stretch and fold. Look nice to me. If your dough doesn't look like this, it's not smooth and elastic, you need to reduce the hydration next time. Grab the dough a couple of times, lift it up, and then try to round it up inside the bowl. It's not gonna stick to your hand anymore. Cover it up and let it rest for another 30 minutes. 30 minutes later, same thing gonna happen. Gluten development. Grab the dough, stretch it. You can fold the dough or pizza fold like this. And then lift it up a couple of times. Grab the dough, hold it tightly. We're gonna stretch the dough as much as we can. And again, round it up inside the bowl one more time. Before adding the inclusion, I'm gonna cover it up and let it rest for another 30 minutes. As 30 minutes later, I'm gonna slightly wet up the surface. You can even oil up the surface if you like. Bring the dough on the surface. Go under the dough, of course, with wet hands, and try to spread the dough without tearing it. And this technique, as you know, called lamination. What is the best time to add the inclusion? You know, right? Lamination time. Try to spread the oat porridge evenly, as much as you can. Then release one side of the dough from the counter and fold it to the center. The opposite side, overlap this one. Maybe more porridge. And then fold the right and left side as well. It's optional, but I'm gonna flip the dough and try to round it up one more time with the help of the counter. Like so, even create more tension. Into the bowl. This time I'm gonna let it rest for 1 hour. 1 hour later, I'm gonna come back with wet hand and give this bad boy a set of coil fold. As always, temperature plays the main role. It takes around 2 hours to ferment, maybe even shorter. If you are living in cooler climate, it takes way longer to ferment and proof. Let me show you how to know when bulk fermentation is done. In hot climate, we are aiming for 40 to 50% rise. We see lots of bubbles and fermentation going on here. The dough pulls away from the side of the bowl easily, and it has a dome top. It's puffy and airy. What I'm always saying is no one can give you the exact fermentation or proofing time. Especially for the new recipes, don't just leave the dough and set the time. Come back and check the dough time by time. Maybe after 1 hour, you need to check the dough one more time. Lastly, if I hold the bowl upside down, the dough releases without sticking to the bowl. Now, before shaping, I'm gonna round the dough one more time and leave it on the counter for 20 minutes, of course uncovered, and this called pre-shape. When it comes to sourdough and fermentation, especially with new recipes, temperature can tell you many things. Today I'm gonna shape this dough as a sandwich loaf, so I'm gonna using a baking pan like this. If you like a regular shaped sourdough bread, you can use oval banneton. And now, as always, the moment of silence for you. Transfer the dough into the baking pan, of course, same side down. Of course, I highly recommend you to cold proof it overnight to enhance the flavor and improve the crumb texture. If you want to bake it the same day, you can proof it on the counter and bake it. Almost forgot to add the oat on top of the dough, so I spray little water in order to stick and sprinkle the oat. Before transfer it into the fridge, if the temperature was so high, you can put it into the freezer for 30 minutes to 1 hour. And the next beautiful day, first thing first, turn on the oven and preheat the oven at least 1 hour. Good morning. We have another 30% rice. Gorgeous. I'm gonna score it to get maximum oven spring, of course. Into the oven, I'm gonna bake it with lots of steam at 230 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes. Then remove the steam, transfer the dough on upper rack. I'm gonna bake it for another 20 to 25 minutes at 215 degrees Celsius. If you use Dutch oven, of course you need to off the lid for the second part of the baking to get the nice crust like this. Honey oat, beautiful, healthy sandwich bread. Let's check the crumb, shall we? I wish you could smell this. It's amazing. And my favorite part, tasting time. I can't explain how good this is. I guarantee this become your children's favorite sandwich loaf for breakfast. Trust me. So next time one of your family wanted to buy one of those harmful store-bought sliced bread, show them this recipe. No chemical, no vinegar, only little bit of honey, even not that much fat, only to make porridge. And what can I say? Make it and you will thank me later. Like always, keep baking, subscribe my channel so you don't miss my next video, and take a good care of yourself.